Misfires. What are misfires? I'm sure you've ever been in a car and someone is saying this car is misfiring. So for that to make sense, we have to know what firing means. So for complete combustion to occur in a car, you need to have three things: oxygen, spark, and finally fuel, be it diesel or petrol. And in this case, let's assume it's petrol. Now, for you to have a misfire, you need to have something missing in the three components, be it fuel, a spark, or the oxygen. Many a times you'll find situations where oxygen is not lacking, or even fuel. So which means the biggest reason why most cars will misfire is the source of spark. And for that to happen, we need to have something like this. This is what you call a ignition coil. This is what gets an electric current, and then at this end you have your spark plug. So this is what causes the firing, and it is usually accompanied with a firing sequence. Ignition coils and spark plugs don't fire throughout, they'll follow a firing sequence. So for that to happen, sometimes this can fail and it's not producing a spark, it's not producing an electric current which gives out the spark in the spark plug. So that will cause a misfire. That is one of the most common reasons. But misfire can also be caused by the other two missing components, be it air. If it is air, it will mean something in your intake, in your air intake, and ideally, if you come down here, this is the throttle body. So if the throttle body is misfiring, is not opening up as you desire it, it will cause a misfire. The car won't be getting the amount of oxygen it requires. So that is normally accompanied with other small sensors here and there. People will call this a mass airflow sensor. This will detect how much air you need, so that the throttle body also knows how much open. It's normally a flap which will open like this. So finally, for the last part of the misfire, it means either you don't have fuel, or the fuel that is being coming in, the nozzles in the car are not opening up to the optimal positions. Again, as compared to the coils, the nozzles will again will again open up at specified times. Nozzles don't open up and spray fuel in the combustion chamber all the time. They'll open up depending also with the ignition coils. So for that, the nozzles are located just here. If you come close, I might show you. These are the nozzles here. Down there, you'll have what you call the nozzles. I hope that is clear. Yes, and if it's not clear, basically a nozzle is an electrical component again that will take in fuel from the tank via a pump, and then it is compressed and then it is sprayed. It normally comes out as a spray when it meets a spark from the coil and the plug, and then compounded with air from your intake all the way that you get combustion, and that's how you'll get firing. And then if you need to have a situation where there is a misfire, it means one of the components is not working. Hope that helps.